Hello, my VIPs. This is going to be a video talking about the unpopular opinions that I have with Teen Wolf so far. I'm on its final season, and from a lot of YouTube videos that I've seen, it's not a good season. Oh Lord. I'm kind of nervous, but if I dislike it so much, I'll make a video talking about how much I hate it. But this video is going to be based off of a tweet saying, well, not saying, more so asking, if you could erase any storyline from Teen Wolf, which storyline would you get rid of? Baby, may I just say there is a lot of storylines I would erase. There's so many. We're gonna get into that. Okay, let's go. Starting with number one, which is Boyd's death. Now this one's a little bit easier because all the other ones I'm just gonna go into so much detail with. Now who Boyd is, he is a character that came during season 2 where we met him with Styles trying to bargain with him to get the keys to, I think, a janitor's closet or something. I forgot all that and whatnot. But we already established how his character is with the bargaining. He wanted $50. Styles was gonna give him 20, and Boyd was not budging, and I love that for him. But anyways, later on we discovered that he was going to become a werewolf. And his reason behind it was that he did not want to sit alone at the lunchroom table anymore. Now, of course, hearing that, you're gonna think, oh, that can't be his only reason. Baby, yes it was. No, I'm just kidding. When I first heard that shit, I was just like, oh my gosh, what? You could have been Scott's friend. Even Scott was like, oh, we could have been friends. But anyway, speeding past that and whatnot, he had already been bitten after Scott had first met him and whatnot. He didn't tell Scott. And then after Scott had basically bodied both of the members of the Hell Pack and whatnot, then he went with them. Okay, so as you can see, as you can hear, I already said the Hell Pack, right? Now, who's the Hell Pack? Well, the Hell Pack consists of Derek Hale, Erica, and Isaac, right? These are 3 people. Also, like, you know, we knew Derek from season 1, but those 2 are the ones that we have seen from basically season 2 as well. They're new characters and whatnot from season 2. But anyways, we're going to get into them later on. More specifically, this one right here, Isaac. But back to Boyd, Derek only made them werewolves so that he could have a whole pack against the Alpha Pack. The Alpha Pack was coming for Derek and them, and so he wanted to make a bunch of people werewolves so that he could have a defense, at least some fighting chance and whatnot. So anyway, you know, Boyd became part of the pack and whatnot, and then they became tired of being in danger. By they I mean Erica and Boyd. Isaac was also thinking about running away too, but yeah, they went to run away from Derek's pack because, like, you know, they were tired of being in danger all the time. Like, he literally only made them, he wanted them to be soldiers, and it's just like, no, they just wanted to have cool powers. I mean, some of them were dying. Like, you know, Erica was literally having seizures and shit. So yeah, you know, and Boyd didn't want to be alone. Isaac had an abusive father. They just, like, you know, and so he wanted to be stronger. It's just, they didn't want to be in danger. So Boyd and Erica ran away. And then Boyd was captured by the Alphas. He basically was in prison. Erica died from one of the Alphas because she tried to fight. She was brave. She was a brave girl. But anyways, yeah, Boyd was basically, you know, rid of the moonlight and whatnot. So he had basically been regressed. He was holding in all his power because he was, like, you know, the moonlight wasn't coming to him. He needed that. So from all that pent up aggression from all those moonlights he missed, he became like a monster in a way. Like, you know, he became very strong, very animal-like and whatnot. They got him out of that, though. And let me just tell you, near the end of season 3A, because we're going into that, Callie, one of the Alphas, basically made Derek kill Boyd. And it was the stupidest thing ever. And may I just say, they were fighting and whatnot. Callie and Derek got electrocuted and whatnot. Boyd was trying to run away because there was water on the ground. That's how they got electrocuted. Boyd was trying to run away, and he didn't make it in time. And then Callie picked him up. One of the Alphas picked him up and then basically rammed him into Derek's claws. Like, it was the worst death imaginable. It was so disrespectful. I was like, what was the point of this? What was the point of this? Why did you do this to us? Why? But child, anyways, it was just so stupid. And the reason why I say it was pointless is because, well, it led up to nothing. Afterward, they only did it so that Derek could be part of the Alpha Pack, because then the alpha of the Alpha Pack was just like, oh yeah, you know, in order to become one of us, you gotta basically kill all of your team members to harness their power so that you can become an alpha among our group. And Derek didn't want to do that shit, so they forced Derek to kill Boyd, essentially, so that he could have the power from Boyd, because he bit Boyd and whatnot. So it was like, so, and then it didn't amount to anything because the Alpha Pack didn't even want Derek. Oh my god, Daryl, I almost said another name. They didn't want Derek. at all. They wanted Scott. So it's like, damn, okay, you made him kill Boyd for what? This is so stupid. But y'all, anyways, yeah, his death was just awful. Unpopular opinion number 2. This one I have a problem with Isaac leaving. I have a problem with that, but it's like, it's not as bad as the other ones will be. Now for number 2, I did say that Isaac Leahy, which is his full name, was gonna come later on, but I decided to make him number 2 because the other ones are just gonna be more complicated to say, because there's a lot to the other ones. This one is like, there's not too much to it. Anyways, we're gonna get into it. Isaac Leahy, he's another character that came during season 2 and whatnot. We had discovered that he had an abusive ass father and whatnot, who would lock him into like a deep freezer that was big enough to fit a human being somehow, but barely and whatnot. And he would just leave him there. He would padlock the deep freezer and just leave Isaac in there, right? Making Isaac have a fear, like claustrophobia. Basically, he has claustrophobia and low-key fear of the dark, I think. So yeah, you know, he had an abusive ass father, and he became a werewolf to become stronger. Like, you know, that was one of the main reasons he became a werewolf and whatnot, and became part of Derek's pack. So we had basically encountered that Isaac, low-key, after becoming a werewolf, he became a little bit cocky. I feel like we did not get enough of like his reaction to his father's death. You know, at first I thought he was the one to kill his father, but no, it was Jackson. And Jackson's gonna be on this unpopular list. I'm gonna make this like 5 unpopular things like that I have with Teen Wolf. But anyways, yeah, you know, that was Jackson who killed his father. He didn't even kill his dad, but when he discovered his dad was dead, it's like his reaction wasn't that much, which I kind of like. More than like if he was just busting out crying. But at the same time, I feel like I wanted to see a little bit more emotion. I wanted it to show that he really was just numb to it. It kind of did, but it didn't. I wanted to see more. But anyways, with him leaving, why did he leave? Okay, so basically it has to come with him getting with Allison. I'm gonna show you who Allison is. This baby girl right here is Allison. She's so gorgeous. Ooh. But that's who Isaac ends up getting with. That's going to be another opinion, by the way. That's going to be probably right after this, actually, because I have a lot to say on it. But yes, after the Alpha Pack is defeated, and then we get into season 3B and whatnot, and then all the Nogitsune stuff and whatnot, Allison dies. Like, she was literally pierced by a sword from an Oni, which is like a demon ghost and whatnot. I don't know how to describe him. But anyways, she basically died, right? And so afterwards, Isaac was grieving. He was grieving, so he went to France with Chris Argent, Allison's father, right? And he never came back. And then we discovered that the actor, he is the one that actually went to the originals, which is another show that I should have been talked about. I talked about Vampire Diaries, but I didn't talk about the originals. Like, how dare I? How dare I? Like, I literally fight me. Like, actually, I'll let you win this time, because how could I? But anyways, yeah, and after he left during, like, you know, season 3B, he never came back. Like, I've been looking forward to seeing him again. Season 4, he didn't come. Season 5, he didn't come. I don't think he's gonna come in season 6A nor season 6B. Like, I don't think he's coming back ever. And I don't know why. I've looked up the actor. The actor's still alive. The actor's still alive. It's just, where is he at? Like, and I know that Teen Wolf already ended, but damn, you know, like, oh, and then he's forgotten in the Teen Wolf movie. Like, how dare y'all? How dare y'all? It's upsetting. So for number 3, we're going to be talking about Isaac and Allison's relationship, which was like, These two, bro. Oh my gosh, I did not like the relationship much at all. It felt forced, just to put it very shortly, very briefly actually. It felt forced. Normally relationships in Teen Wolf and stuff like that, they sort of kind of happen. You see their build up, but some of them, they just happen, like Brayden and Derek. They just happen. But you know, I can handle those. I don't mind those. But with this one, I minded it. I could not, because it did just happen, but it felt more forced. It felt like they did it just cause. They were just like, oh yeah, we still have Isaac. He hasn't been with anybody yet. And oh yeah, you know, Allison, she's still grieving from her mother's death and whatnot, and doesn't really want to be with Scott for whatever reason right now. So yeah, let's just pair them up together. That's what the fuck it felt like. And I did not like it at all. Ew. No, like, literally, why? Then it's just like, you know, she has to be a mommy to this dude sometimes, bro. She had to boost this dude up to pretend like he's an actual werewolf and actually dangerous and to be a man. And so she kissed him and had his hand on her booty and whatnot, just to, like, boost him up, to make him feel like a man. And it's like, why she had to do that with him? She didn't have to do that with Scott. I mean, shit, even when Scott was like still a brand new werewolf, he was still bold. He was still brave and bold on that ass. But Isaac, I know Isaac is not going to be exactly like Scott. I mean, honestly, who really is exactly like Scott? I don't think anyone is. But anyways, it's like, damn, you know, you're the werewolf here. You're the one with actual powers, and yet you're acting like so scaredy compared to these two humans right beside you. Like, what are you on, Isaac? What are you on? But yeah, you know, I didn't mind him, like, you know, being close with the Argents. I just did not like him being in a relationship with Alicent. If I'm being honest with you, at first I was just like, oh, it kind of feels like he's part of their family now. It kind of feels like he's like a sibling, not a relationship, a sibling. Scott and Kira's relationship felt so natural. It felt a little too natural. If I'm gonna be honest with you, that's the odd part about it. Scott and Kira's relationship felt a little too natural, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it felt too normal. But with these two, it's just like, ugh, no. It just feels so out of place for me. Like, you know, that's just it for it. Number 4, we have Malia as a whole. Okay, so with Malia, she's a character that was introduced to us, I believe, season 3B and whatnot. You know, she is a werewolf coyote hybrid and whatnot. She can take on the full form of a coyote. I don't like either a coyote or a wolf or whatnot, just an animal in general. What happened to her in her past was that she was basically adopted, and that when she was 9 years old, she murdered her family because the full moon was out, and then she started turning into a werewolf / coyote and whatnot because she couldn't handle the full moon, and she was still a kid. So yeah, she murdered them in a car crash and whatnot, and basically, like, you know, killed them and whatnot, and then went into the woods. And she's basically been a coyote for years. I think about, how they said it was about 7, 8 years. I don't know if the math is mathing, but I think that was it. Yeah. But child, anyways, you know, Scott and Styles and them, they found her. Scott did the roar, he did the roar and stuff like that as a true alpha, and then that's what brought her out of her coyote form. It scared the hell out of her. It brought her out of her form. It scared her. But child, anyways, yeah, we see her and whatnot. She goes back to her adoptive father and whatnot. She goes to school, to their school, Beacon Hills, and she becomes a character essentially. Now, the reason why I don't like her as a whole is she's only in the show mainly to have or be a love interest to the main characters, and I don't like that. Like, you know, that's one of the reasons I don't like it. When they made her a Hale, I liked it enough to where I didn't mind her character for a bit, but when they started having her be with all these other characters, I was just like, oh fuck no, we're not gonna do this. Or her interactions with certain characters, like, I just didn't like how she was with Kira, but she's a little bit more rude to Kira, and I was just like, I don't fucking like how she acting right now. Told Kira to dance, dumbass. Or it's just like, you know, when Kira is trying to access her power, she was mean to her at first. I was just like, what the hell is wrong with you? But with Lydia, you're fine. Bitch, I was like, oh my gosh, I was so mad. No slander to Kira at all. Do not slander Kira. But anyways, now I'm being crazy. But yeah, anyways, oh my gosh. We come to find out that she is the daughter of Peter, which honestly, the worst fate imaginable. I would talk about Peter later, but he's not in this. But yeah, we're gonna talk, like, with this one, she's a Hale. I don't mind her being a Hale, and I don't really even mind her being the daughter of Peter. In her story arc with the Desert Wolf, basically her mom who wants to kill her because her mom thinks that she stole her power because for some reason pregnancy for coyotes is different. It makes it to where their power is like halfened. When the baby comes out, the baby gets their power and they don't have their full power. They only have half of it. And honestly, I liked it a bit. I couldn't stand her mother though. Her mother was so generically evil. She was just unnecessarily evil, like obnoxiously evil. And I was over here thinking like, damn, this woman can get her power from somewhere the fuck else. I don't know what the hell's wrong with her. But I'm gonna show you her mom. Her mom's hot. This is the screen. The screen's a little bit dark, but this is Corinne. She is the Desert Wolf, aka a coyote and whatnot. She wants her power back from Malia, even though Malia did not ask to be born. And if I'm being honest with you, protection exists. Not every werewolf can get a human pregnant, aka Scott and Alicent screwed. He didn't get, you know, Alicent pregnant because he used protection. So maybe that's what this woman should have done. You know, instead of blaming Malia, like, girl, it's your fault for having this baby. Like, you know, maybe you shouldn't have gotten knocked up. I don't know why she treats Malia like a parasite, like Malia asked to be born. No, do you not know what pregnancy is? Do you not know what screwing leads to if you don't do it safely? She annoyed the fuck out of me. Like, I literally could not stand. It made me dislike Malia's story even more. I was just like, I can't stand this bitch. Why did they make her related to this person? Like, ugh. But yeah. Now, with her part, we're venturing into Stelia and whatnot. Stelia happened during when Styles went to Icon House because he was possessed by a fox spirit and whatnot. And she was also in there because she was having, she was having problems with like being there with her dad and whatnot. And then remembering the fact that she literally murdered her family. It's like she couldn't take it anymore. It was driving her crazy. So she was there. Then they like, you know, she had her first kiss from Styles. She had her first time from Styles. They were together. It was okay. And then they suddenly broke up. And I'm not on season 6 right now, but during then I know they're not together anymore. And during the Teen Wolf movie, Styles and her are definitely not together anymore because she's with Parrish, which was not in the show at all. But anyways, yeah, you know, during then, she was deeply in love with him. She really cared about him. She said, I would never leave you behind. She said that with a straight face. That's the thing with Malia. She's very blunt, and I like that about her. She's very blunt and straightforward. She doesn't really beat around the bush. She only started beating around the bush, like, what, season 5? But at first, she never beat around the bush. Like, bitch, if she had a problem with you, she would tell you. But that's what I really liked about her. She said she'll never leave Styles behind when he asks, but she looked to the back and said, them I'll leave behind, but never you. I was just like, damn, bitch, okay. But I laughed at that, but still. Like, you know, I like their relationship, but you could tell Styles was not in love with her. Or he was in love with her. He was just so in love with Lydia, and it makes me disgusted. I hate Stydia. I hate Stydia so much. But y'all, anyways, actually, that's gonna be my final one. That's gonna be my final one. Some of these were ships, mostly ships, actually. 3 of them were ships. But because I'm a list shipping hawk, baby, I have to be about ships. But anyways, I couldn't stand Stydia, but this one I liked until like, oh yeah, she broke up with him. I don't know why she broke up with him, but she did. Desert Wolf tried to come after Styles and kill him because Desert Wolf knew that, oh yeah, Styles is very important to Malia. I don't know why she just is so content with like torturing her daughter. I don't know what the Desert Wolf's problem was. But y'all, anyways, let's get on to Stydia. Hold on. The final one for this video is number 5, and that is Stydia. I don't know why it made me take a picture. That is Stydia. Now, Stydia consists of Styles and Lydia. Let's just say that Styles has had a crush on Lydia since 3rd grade and whatnot. And Lydia has basically ignored him. She hasn't been completely and utterly rude to him. Like, you know, even at like the beginning where she was like, oh yeah, who are you again? She was never like outwardly mean to him. Like, I expected her to be straight up just like insulting him, damn near ruining his fucking spirit. Like, I expected that, but she wasn't actually that mean to him. She just really did not remember who the fuck this was. So I was just like, damn, she really don't know who this is. Like, she neglecting him because she's a pretty girl and she heard many compliments from other dudes. She just thought he was another dude that just really liked her for her looks and wanted her body and whatnot. But y'all, anyways, it really shows that Styles really does care about her. He really, like, when she was crying in the car, he was trying to listen to her. He basically is a really good guy. He's one of those guy best friends who's in love with you, but, like, you know, literally you aren't, or you never even fathomed that he would like you. Just that type of shit. But anyways, yeah, you know, and as the series progressed on, they got a little bit closer. She confided in Styles. They're kind of close friends. And then the relationship happened. She kissed him. Oh my gosh, I forgot all about this. That should have been an unpopular opinion. That moment where she kissed him after he had a panic attack was the worst fucking moment ever. That's not what you do when someone has a panic attack. That's what Velma did. The show Velma, Velma was having a panic attack and Daphne kissed her to help her with her panic attack. That's not how it works. That does not work, okay? I was so over it, and I didn't even realize Teen Wolf would do that, and they did, and I was just like, oh my gosh, bro. And she kissed him, and it led up to nothing. It led up to nothing. She just continued screwing Aiden, which was part of the Alpha Pack and whatnot. You know, she never got with him. She just kissed him for, like, no reason. And I'm just like, the girl, she freaked out. I know, but still, it's like, ugh, oh my gosh. And honestly, people who wanted Stydia so bad, and then for it to not, like, be happening in the Teen Wolf movie, that was so funny. But no, I'm sorry, I'm actually cruel. That's cruel. You should hate the writers for that, because why would they do that to you? They basically confirmed Stydia, but then had to break up because literally Lydia was having premonitions about Styles' death. It's like, bitch, what? That's a reason to break up with somebody? Like, child, anyways. But yeah, you know, I just never liked their relationship. It honestly felt more like an obsession on Styles' part. He really liked her, and it really showed throughout the series. He did start liking her in a more genuine way. He really paid attention to her. He knew she was very smart and she was just pretending. So it's kind of like it's like it turned from obsession to obsession again. It's like, you're doing a little too much, sir. She doesn't even acknowledge you. She does not look your way. You're not even friends. They weren't even friends at the beginning of the series, bro. They weren't even on a friend level. it's like it wasn't until season 3B that they started actually genuinely being friends. It's like, bro, it was crazy. I was just like, yeah, okay. And then they got into a relationship, even though she's been with guy after guy after guy. And honestly, her being with Parrish, it's like I was like, okay, this is cool. And then I realized Parrish is a grown-ass man. I was like, Parrish is a grown-ass. I'm laughing because I'm a dumbass. Parrish is a grown-ass man. He even said he was 24. He actually confirmed his age in the show. And I had completely forgotten about that because honestly, I don't really care about Parrish. So I was just like, okay. And he obviously has such a hard-on for Lydia. He just keeps dreaming about her. Sorry, that's gross. Not in those nasty dreams, but like literally, yeah. That whole relationship, she was with Aiden, she was with Jackson, she was with so many dudes, bro. It's unbelievable. There's even more actually, but still. Then she finally gets with Styles, and I'm just like, Styles is nothing like the dude she would normally go for. Literally nothing like them actually. He's actually smart like she is. Like, you know, some of the other dudes she was with they weren't. Parrish was smart, I guess, but it's like he's a pedophile. Like literally, she was not 17, she was not 18 until what, later season of season 5, and he's been pining after her, and it's just like, dude, no. But y'all, anyways, not pedophile, sorry, that's the wrong term. That I know there are other terms for it, like, you know, she's a late teenager and he is technically an adult, and he got with a teenager, someone underage. He was basically wanting her before she turned 18, so that's the right term for it. But y'all, anyways, yeah, it's kind of like, I didn't like this. I did not like Stydia at all. I liked Stylia a little bit. It was okay. But yeah, it was like, no. Stydia, I didn't really want it to happen. If I'll be honest with you, I can't see them being together. That's why I didn't want it. I only saw them being together in like season 3A and 3B. And then afterwards, it's like, yeah, I couldn't see them together ever again. Because it's like, it's hindering him. It was hindering Styles wanting Lydia that bad to where he couldn't even be with somebody else without still being in love with Lydia. He's never been in a relationship with Lydia. He's never been in a relationship with Lydia. He wasn't even friends at the beginning of the show with her. It took like 3 seasons for him to actually be friends with Lydia. But for some reason, he still can't get over her. Even when he's with Malia, who he actually has had his first time with, like not first kiss, but her first kiss. Malia's first kiss was with Styles, but like who he's actually been with, his first time and whatnot, and he still can't get over Lydia. It's like, oh my gosh, bro, let him grow past this one person who barely acknowledged him, please. Ugh. But y'all, anyways, that's gonna be the end for this video. Thank you for watching if you have, and I just want to tell you, sorry, I'm being cringy. May peace be with you for an eternity.